It said everything happens for a reason, but maybe everything happens for a Reese's. Take noise-canceling headphones. Do they block hearing to heighten taste? That sound seems to show everything happens for a Reese's.
This podcast is brought to you by Colgate Total. We take oral health as seriously as you take sports. That's why Colgate Total Active Prevention uses advanced technology to help prevent oral health problems like cavities and gingivitis before they start. It's clinically proven to provide 24-hour antibacterial protection with twice daily brushing after 4 weeks of use. So get a winning routine and prevent oral health problems before they start. Shop Colgate Total Active Prevention at a retailer near you.
You got to do the opening ceremony at the Winter Olympics this year. How was that experience?
It was a great experience. It was just amazing to be that close to something like that. You know, I just have such respect for athletes.
It really is a special event that takes place on the national, worldwide scale.
And then you see the smallest thing go wrong, and you're just like, oh, it's because the stakes are so high, right? If it wasn't the 4-year thing, it would be fine, right? I don't know. It's like when you know you're probably going to lose, right, Travis? But you keep fucking playing. You got to keep playing.
You got to just love it.
When we're out there, we have 10 other guys on the field with us going through it together.
All eyes on them.
You guys have had that feeling, right?
I lost a Super Bowl to my brother, and it was the worst pain on the planet.
I wasn't
Welcome back to New Heights, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, a Wondery show. And we are your hosts. I'm Travis Cousins, my big brother Jason Kelsey out of Cleveland Heights, Ohio. Shout out to the Cavs, baby.
Yeah, how about that?
Donovan Mitchell, James Harden, man. Yeah, shout out to the Cavs. Subscribe on YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts, and follow the show on all social media at New Heights Show with one S for fun clips throughout the week. And this is the part of the show where Jason tells us what we have coming up.
Well, 92%, we got another great episode. This time brought to you by Liquid IV. It's one of the greatest weeks in the NFL because it's draft week.
Draft week.
It's lottery time across the NFL.
Dreams are coming true for everyone.
Oh, it's glorious. And if you've been waiting for your chance to see New Heights live, we've also got another great announcement for you. We are going to be announcing that later, it looks like. Right. We also have Charlize Theron is here.
Let's go!
Awesome new movie coming out.
Talk a little Apex.
Before we get into any of that, let's get into some of that new news.
New news. Before we do anything, we have to have a moment for this slice of brisket. Jay, look at this fucking guy right here. Oh,
shout out
man.
to the cameraman or woman, whoever took this photo.
Who the fuck is this guy?
Lane and Kelsey Johnson's wedding.
So good. Shout out to Lane and Kelsey, man, for tying it, man. That's awesome.
I thought I looked horrendous at this wedding. This photo came out really good. Probably a good angle, I would assume.
Where'd you get the scarf and the bolo?
We landed in Nashville. That's where the wedding was. We went straight from the Masters. You and I were at there. And we wanted to get a bolo, me, Bo Allen, cowboy hat. We go in there. I didn't love the bolo tie selection. It was okay. And then there was like one that was, it was like just like a little thing with a ring around it. And I was like, oh, like that one looks dope. And they're like, well, that's more for like a scarf. And I was like, oh, maybe should I do a scarf? And everyone was like, yeah, why not? Let's see what it looks like. And we got the scarf. I was like, you know what? I'm going to rock it. I don't know. I've never wore a scarf, but I kind of dig it.
Dude, you fucking made this scarf fucking rock, dude. This is awesome.
It was on for about 30 minutes and then was off. But yes.
We got to let it breathe. Got to let it breathe in there.
Yeah.
The Kelsey way.
It was, the look definitely really came together in a way that I was not expecting. Wedding was awesome. It was like a big reunion. So many
it looked
former
amazing.
Players, offensive linemen. It was great. It was a tremendous time.
That's awesome. Man.
Band was awesome. People were dancing.
Gotta love a good wedding band, man. Fuck.
It's in the middle of a field. Like
a little ranch wedding.
I felt bad. I mean, it was just like a pop-up barn in the middle of like some tall grass. They came out of a pasture. They all just kind of like walked down. Seriously, it was great.
I wouldn't expect anything else from Lane.
I was like, man, Lane, that's a long walk for my man Lane.
Shout out to Lane and Kelsey, man. It looked amazing up there, and We also got a little bit of Jason Kelsey back on the ice. Are you jumping into the Battle of Pennsylvania with the Flyers and the Pens going at it?
I wish. In another life form, maybe. But
dude, you look the part.
No, we set up this.
You did look the part.
I do not look the part, especially if you watch the video. If you watch the video, I can't skate at all anymore. The kind folks over at Bauer were setting up. They're outfitting me. They saw a video I did earlier this year with down in Jacksonville. There's an awesome facility where it's like a bar, sports bar inside of an ice rink.
Oh yeah, we talked about it. Hey, you got a little men's league action, yeah.
So there was some of that, and they said, hey, if you want to get outfitted with a bunch of gear. So we kind of set this up a while ago, even before the playoffs were clinched. And they got me some skates. Skates are probably a little too big, so we're going to size it down maybe a tad.
What are you rocking? I got to resize. I haven't gotten any skates in a while.
They were 13s, which usually go a size down from a shoe. So it was a 13 skate. I think I'm more like a 12 and a half. Like, I don't know. We're going to try the next one down, see if it fits a little bit better. But it was all like personalized. It was really cool. Awesome for Bauer to do that.
At this day and age, you don't need to be fucking out here like feet like fucking in there so you can get quick feed. And like, you just got to be comfortable out there.
I agree. You want comfort. So we definitely were going with the Supremes as opposed to the Vapors. But the Supremes now, they're not like as thick as they used to be. They're still
Bauer Supremes, man. Those things were fucking sweet when we were kids, man.
It is crazy seeing the difference of like technology and the equipment now from when we were playing when we were younger.
Did you guys watch hockey at all this weekend?
Did I? Dude, Flyers. That Flyers game was fucking awesome.
Do Philly and Pittsburgh have beef?
It's a rivalry for sure.
I wasn't aware of how much hatred there was until I got online with it. And
who was it? Senators in Calgary? Fucking as soon as the puck dropped, fucking Kachuk again. Fucking
our guy Kachuk and Stahl. Yeah.
Usual suspects.
I know he plays for Ottawa. I don't know who the other team was, though. I forget who else was there. Oh, it's Carolina.
Hurricanes, yeah.
But yeah, Philly-Pittsburgh was good.
The last time the Flyers were pretty good with Giroux, Hartnell, who now does like the post-game commentary, Jakub Voracek, those guys were playing the Penguins in the playoffs the last time, early in my career. It's been a while since they've been back. I mean, they might have been back one more time.
Penguins fans were reminding Flyers fans of this, yes. And Flyers fans were threatening to kill the Penguins at the zoo. So, like, it was a good spirited back and forth.
Sounds very Flyers fan-like.
Oh, you guys, how many you guys got? We'll kill the Penguins. You're like, okay, guys, chill.
I just love playoff hockey. They're cross-checking each other off the puck. They're like,
and the refs are
Couturier is murdering people.
Did you guys watch the Sabres game at all? The first how many years they've had a playoff?
I saw the tailgate from the Sabres.
Dude, the rollerbladers?
That was the best.
That's honestly, it was Buffalo, man.
Dude, the arena was
Sabres Mafia, look out.
Sabres Mafia. Watch out for the Bladers, dude.
They had rollerblades.
What like
that's such a good bit.
It was great. But yeah, playoff hockey is just by far the best. The game is so fun when it's.
You going to go to a game when it gets back to Philly?
Yeah.
I would love to. I think I won't be, unfortunately, I'll be out of town. Their second game is tonight in Pittsburgh. I think I'm out of town by the time they come back to Philly.
I'm going to go to the Flyers game without you, Jason.
Go for it. They're fucking awesome. They're a good time.
Philly doesn't love me unless I'm with you.
Dude, if you show up to a Flyers game, Philly will be all in.
They'd fucking boo me the whole time.
Yeah, you'll probably get a little bit of booze, but they'll also, you understand.
I love
Philadelphia
boos.
booing.
Boos are cheered to me. I love a boo.
Philadelphia boo is kind of like also a term of endearment.
Yeah, it's a sign of respect.
I don't know if it's respect.
In some ways. Yeah, I wouldn't say that either.
Mm.
It's more like a acknowledgement of annoyance.
Yeah. But when I show up in my fucking Eric Lindros jersey.
You were a big Flyers fan growing up, actually. That was your team.
I had a whole like floor to ceiling poster of Eric Lindros. And I was just like, if I could just be this tall and sweet.
LeClaire was your guy. That was the guy you talked about a lot.
I was 88 in hockey. Yeah, I was 88 in my 88 I always thought was a fucking dope number.
Lindros is the man.
Tony G.
LeClaire. Brindamore. Those were some fun Flyer teams.
Dude, fuck yeah.
I was always into the Avalanche growing up because I liked Forsberg and Waugh and Rob Blake, Sakic.
You guys weren't big Mike Madonna fans?
I like Mike.
I love. You know what?
We didn't have a team in Cleveland, so we really were. We like players.
We were fans of the big names on every fucking team. The Blue Jackets didn't come around until we were in like
later
middle school.
Yeah.
And the junior jacks were in our like Cleveland Suburban Hockey League for some other fucking reason. Maybe there wasn't like a big league in Columbus yet. But I just remember wanting to fucking beat the shit out of those kids every single time. I was like, what the fuck, junior fucking the fuck out of here.
I'm with you. I felt like we.
I think I actually did.
Sure.
I think I fought a coach actually.
Fought a coach. That's aggressive.
It got bad. I scored like 5 goals and like was talking shit to their bench. And then at the end of the game, we were like shaking hands or like doing the like everybody skates past each other.
Yeah.
And then their player fucking hit me. I hit him. Then I got into a brawl with the players. The coach that was in the line shaking hands grabs me by the back of my jersey. And I just said, what the fuck? Wow.
Sounds like the coach instigated.
And you already know. You're on the fucking ice.
Standing your ground.
You're on the ice with shoes on. So now it looks like he just got knocked out by an 8th grader. Ed Kelsey, Big Pop's fucking mom called him. I'm on the way home. He's like, don't ever do that when I'm not there. Don't you ever put your mother in that situation. I was like, I don't plan on hitting a grown-ass man ever again in my life, Dad.
Dad, that was not a choice that I wanted to make. There's a weird moment in like a kid's life where you realize that you can beat up like a fully grown adult.
And that was one of the moments I was like, okay.
I don't know if that's true for everybody, guys.
I'm a little taller than this guy, definitely towering over him on skates.
I think you guys maybe are at a different athletic abilities than some of us.
Mine was with Dad himself. We were like in the house and he had just like, I did something where I was mouthing off to him, I'm sure. But I was like mouthing off. I don't know what I said to him to get him so riled up. And he just like, you think you're, the big tough football guy? You think you're the big guy? And he like tried to like wrestle me to the ground, but he just kind of like fell and like was like ankle biting me basically. And I just like fell down. Because I was like, oh my God, this is like, I feel so bad for Dad. So
playoff hockey, playoff basketball, it's a fun time to get your fix in, man.
Going from March Madness to playoff basketball and playoff hockey, this is a very fun, and then the Masters and golf heating up too. It's a very fun time for sports.
Fuck yeah.
No doubt about it.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. The ending to that fucking Harbor Town with Scheffler and Fitzpatrick.
Yeah.
If you're familiar with that, man, that was a fucking fun one to watch. All right, well, biggest piece of new news. Fuck it. We're going live. That's right. We're taking the show on the road. New Heights is live in LA. We're taking our talents West Coast. We're going to be at the Orpheum Theater June 15th.
We're talking surprise guests, big time audience interaction, all the usual New Heights energy live in front of a crowd. That's right.
Baby.
Team USA is kicking off the World Cup in LA. So we got to be there to cheer them on.
Let's fucking go USA. Come on, baby. Come on.
General on sale for the 92% begins April 27th. We'll put the link to buy tickets in our bio. And also over at the Kelsey Clubhouse. It's going to be fun.
Dude, I can't wait,
We've done
man.
a few of these before.
Yeah.
We've done one in Cincinnati. We've done one out in
Kansas City.
Kansas City for the draft a few years back. We did somewhat of one down at the shore with a little beer bowl action.
Multiple, yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be fun.
It'll be a blast at the Orpheum Theater, man. That we're trying to get that thing packed and rocking, and we're gonna have a whole bunch of games and a whole bunch of guests, and I'm sure it'll be another electric evening for the live shows, man. We're pumped for it.
Always is. All righty.
Little t-shirt cannon. I owe Jason a fucking t-shirt cannon right in the fucking side of the dome. Guy shot one at me from fucking 3 feet away.
It didn't connect.
It definitely connected. I remember.
New news, new merch. That's right. The New Heights Essential Spring Collection is here.
Ooh, baby. We got some.
You guys have been asking
gold
for it. We finally have New Heights crew necks. As you see right here, that's not a crew neck. That's a nice t-shirt Travis has, but there's also a cool design. The crew neck, the Cleveland Heights tee, the Globe hoodie. Ooh, that one's actually sick. I like that one a lot. The New Heights monogram tee. All of it is now available on kelseyclubhouse.com. If you want to support New Heights, wear some merch, show people that you're fans of the show.
I love wearing these things.
Or just get us to give you a big high five the moment we see it. I mean, high five in a picture for New Heights merch wearers for sure.
And it's a fucking good shirt, guys. I'm not gonna lie. This material and everything is some of my favorites.
Whoever did their homework on the materials and sent them to us, they did a great job.
Love it. So go to KelseyClubhouse.com, grab some merch. We got some good shit for you guys.
All right, 92%ers. You know we've got our No Dumb Questions dropping soon, but there's also a special Target exclusive version of the book. It's got even more dumb questions that didn't even make the cut to the regular version. It's a director's cut, if you will, of No Dumb Questions. That's right.
Ooh.
So if you want the full experience with all the wisdom we could possibly cram in there, make sure you grab the Target exclusive edition of No Dumb Questions. Pre-orders are live now. Links in the bio below. And remember that all the pre-orders of the book, you can get exclusive sticker packs. Who doesn't love stickers? Just pre-order the book from Target or any retailer and submit your receipt.
Love it.
And we've also got a bonus episode with Jeff Stoutland dropping Friday.
Ooh, this Friday? Let's go, Stout.
We've been trying to figure out this Jeff Stoutland episode for a while. Initially, we were going to tag it on to another guest episode, but we felt like Stout deserved his own episode. Was highly instrumental in my career and a lot of Eagles' career. So excited to launch this one on Friday. It's not only Stout, it's also got a roundtable with Jordan Mailata, Brent Selleck. There's a lot of Eagles-centric talks in there. So if you're interested in that, you're going to want to tune in. I think it highlights one of the best coaches in Eagles history.
He's one of the best storytellers of all time, too, man. He's so fun to talk to, man. And he's got stories for days. And it's just such cool insight. Like sitting here talking to Stout just on the pod alone and really hearing how much he loved this game and he loved teaching this game. And he just loved being around guys that desired that knowledge, man. And really, took that knowledge and ran with it, like yourself, like a Brent Selleck or a Jordan Mailata. So I'll even be tuned in. I missed the roundtable, but I got some action in with him here on New Heights.
Awesome. Well, last thing, shout out to Bacon.
Patty Bates.
How about that?
So
hole in one.
So a lot of people don't know this. I went on an epic golf trip last week from Ohoopie's Match Club to the Masters, which is probably the two top destinations in the state of Georgia to play some golf and to see some golf. And yeah, my guy DJ Young Chuck, Charlie Grace, kind of pioneered the entire weekend and helped us get into Ohoopie. But even then, man, Patty Bakes on hole 5 fucking hits his first hole-in-one at Ohoopie Match Club. We're going nuts. As you can see, he has the beers in his hands. He had just shotgunned a beer before the actual hit. Walks up to the hole. Couldn't see the ball go in, so we're walking up to it. He thinks he hits it over the green. Ah, fuck. God damn it. He's all pissed off at himself, holding his beers in his hand. He walks up to the hole just to peek in it. And sure enough, that ball's laying right there in the cup, man. And we all start going nuts, start chugging beers. And about 5 beers later, after 3 holes, Bacon's walking around like, anybody got any heartburn medicine? God damn it. I got too excited. But from Ohoopie to the Masters, we then saw Shane Lowry right after I talked to you on that front lawn.
The next day,
hit a hole-in-one on 6, and we were up at the top next to the tee box. And if you've been to the Masters, hole 6 is it's a drop, and you had a beautiful look at the hole. And man, that thing was tracking it the entire time. And the tee box turned into a fucking mosh pit. Everybody starts banging shoulders, going nuts, throwing beers in the air. I'm like, this is the Masters. You can't do this at Augusta. But sure enough, man, when you hit a hole-in-one, it doesn't matter where you're at, man. The people are going to go nuts. So shout out to Shane for dropping that in. And shout out to old Patty Bakes getting his first hole-in-one. And it was an epic weekend of a lot of fun with some of my closest friends. So it was dope.
I can't tell you how jealous I've still never seen a hole-in-one. You saw 2 of them that week. There are 4 that happened in the part 3.
I've seen like 6 hole-in-ones in my life, and the closest I've ever gotten is Waste Management, where it dropped to like 4 feet. I can't even get close to a hole-in-one. I've seen Pat Mahomes literally shoot a skyrocket in the air, go in the cup, bounce 20 feet out of the hole, and then had like a 40-foot putt that he almost drained. Like, I've seen some fucking crazy shots on some par 3s, man.
We can't move on from this without taking a look at this picture, this very proud picture of Patty Bakes on the green right after his hole-in-one at Ohoopie, and without giving a shout out to just the most glorious calves in the history of the world. It's honestly like, it looks like they're implants. Like, it doesn't look like it's possible for someone of that stature to have calves like that.
he got Botox in his calves.
Like if he was a woman, you would for sure think he had a BBL in his calves, but he's not. He's not. It's just his natural body makeup.
Implants. These things are hilarious. Dog, one of the funniest things. This is what AI is good for right here. One of the wildest things is that a hoopy actually has zebras on property. So when you're playing, and Jason, you played there. It's an epic course.
They're over the fence. They're like on the other side.
But it's on property. You can definitely see them. Yeah. And it's one of like the unique things about the course. I grabbed like a putter cover that's in the shape of a zebra. It's one of my favorite putter covers now. One of the homies decided to AI bacon on top of a zebra.
Dude, but this is good. This is how you know it's AI. Those are regular calves. Those are not Patty Bake's calves.
Patty Bake's calves would never look that. I mean, no, those are kind of meaty too.
That's not enough, though. That's not enough.
Patty Bakes. Oh, that's epic with the garage beer in his hand. More fitting than the Miller Lights that he was out there crushing on the course. So good, man. Shout out to Patty Bakes. And that's it for new news.
Thank you to our partner, Liquid IV. When it comes to travel, I love a good road trip or discovering the best food spot in the city. Yep, that's right. You're driving through some random town, see a line out the door at any tiny place, and you just know you got to try it. You know it's going to be good. Next thing you know, you're telling everybody about the best tacos you've ever had. And those unplanned detours, well, that's what it's all about. And Liquid IV is the best road trip travel partner to stay hydrated throughout those trips. Just one stick and 16 ounces of water hydrates faster than water alone with an optimized ratio of electrolytes, essential vitamins, and clinically tested nutrients that Liquid IV dubs Hydroscience. It turns ordinary water into extraordinary hydration and comes in delicious flavors like lemon lime, popsicle firecracker, and white peach. Stay hydrated for every adventure with on-the-go hydration from Liquid IV. Tear, pour, live more. Go to liquidiv.com and get 20% off your first purchase with code NEWHEIGHTS at checkout. Thank you to our partner, American Express.
Every football fan and player knows each season is about opportunity. It's how you get ahead and stay ahead.
But knowing an opportunity when you see one isn't just about football. It's huge for all kinds of stuff, like all the incredible high-demand live events and entertainment we love.
With the American Express Platinum Card, you can experience some of the most exciting events, enjoying exclusive access to unique experiences worldwide.
Plus, as the official payments partner of the NFL, American Express will be upping the ante by giving card members special access to experiences at the 2026 NFL Draft.
Card members can feel closer to the action by visiting the Amex Fan Experience, where they can test their skills and earn a personalized fan profile.
Now, that's how you stay ahead. From draft day to game day, American Express is redefining what it means to be a fan. Now, that's membership at its best.
Capacity limitations and terms apply. Learn more about Amex's partnership with the NFL and premium events collection at go.amex/NFL.
Thank you to our sponsor, Allstate.
Checking Allstate first could save you hundreds on car insurance. That's smart.
Not checking the burgers on the grill before you serve them? Yeah, those patties can go from medium to rare real quick. What is that?
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
I'm not saying the Jets Super Bowl is tomorrow. Jason, you can say it if you want.
I wrote it. It's fine.
I'll say it. I don't play anymore. I mean, it is very funny.
Thank you. To be an asshole.
It's not nice.
All righty, the Jets Super Bowl is tomorrow, and I can say that because I'm a Browns fan growing up, which is also their Super Bowl. That's right, the NFL Draft is this week.
Damn, man.
What?
Taking strays already? It's fucking April. That's right, we're recording this on a Monday, so the Dexter Lawrence trade is the biggest draft news right now, which is fucking huge. He goes from the NFC to one of our AFC rivals, and don't love that because Sexy Dexy is a big piece to being a really good team.
There's a picture of him going viral, and he's just like a Of course, he is huge.
Enormous.
And people are like, oh my gosh, he's out of shape. Like, guys, he's a fucking
You think
nose
he
guard
was
in the
like,
NFL. He's going to be just fine.
What should I wear? Maybe I should wear something like a black shirt or something slimming.
Yeah.
There ain't no slim in that motherfucker. He came through.
I'll speak on Dexter because I had to block him. I mean, and for me, I feel very lucky that I got to play him young in his career before he had figured out all my tricks that I tried to use against him, because that was the only way I was surviving. You know, what's really interesting with Dexter is he really flourished when Wink Martindale got to New York and used a lot more 5-man fronts, head up on the center, shades on the center. He got a lot of one-on-one matchups, and he would just, I mean, there was not really a lot of centers in the NFL that could block him. And he's still great rushing from the 3 technique in the B gap over guards. But that was like kind of when it really took off. And Wink would also bring these blitzes from all over the place. So you had to be worried about that stuff as well. So you couldn't just double him.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how he's utilized in Cincinnati. You know, Al Golden, predominantly 4 down. He'll play 5-man fronts. You know, getting this guy, I would really try and find ways to give him one-on-one matchups with the center, put him over the center in 0 techniques and 1 techniques early downs. You know, I'm obviously not a defensive coordinator. I don't know the ramifications for a lot of that stuff. I just know, watching the tape from a few years when Wink was the D coordinator and he was doing that, he was virtually like unblockable. I mean, you would watch the tape and it's like, God damn, guys, like it just destroying centers. And I mean, he is a massive human being. He's every bit of 6'4", if not 6'5", over 340 easily, and can move. He's a dancing bear.
That's so cool.
And he, even when and you see it when he's doing his sexy Dexy, which you do not want to see. So this is a big ad for the Bengals. I hope they utilize him in a way that, you know, really accentuates when he's had the most success in his career. So yeah, big move for the Bengals, a big pick. This is the first time the Bengals, I think, have given up a top 10 pick for another player, in a long time. I saw some stat that is not in the rundown, but they haven't traded away a top 10 pick for a player in a long time.
They kind of been notorious for going through the draft instead of kind of giving guys contracts like this. But I mean,
yeah,
Sexy Dexy, he got him at least a 1 year for 28, was it?
Whatever it is, it's top of the market for nose guards.
I thought it was going to be way up there.
Yeah, I mean, he's a little bit of an outlier because he's a nose guard, but he also rushes on 3rd down at the 3 technique spot. So, you know, I think he's so dominant when used properly, or in ways that he has been dominant, that, you know, it's worth every penny. And controlling the middle of, you know, an offensive line stops the run. It generates pressure to allow edge rushers and people to get after the quarterback in the pass. It's a really good building block for a defense. And you know, they already have Joe and T and oh my God, why am I blanking? Jesus Christ, Brown, Chase Brown. Are you frozen?
No, I'm trying to see where you're going with this.
Well, they already have all that on offense. So obviously they come with
Jamar
this piece.
Chase, not Chase
Jamar
Brown.
Chase. God damn it.
Chase Brown was the safety for the Eagles.
I was waiting for you to kind of help me, but you just let me flounder there. Thank you, Travis.
I floundered as well. I was like, who's he talking about?
They already have, all right, so they already have T. Higgins. They already have Jamar Chase. They already have Joe Burrow. They have a lot of offensive firepower. Yeah. They know that they want to win now. They go out and get Dexter Lawrence. Hopefully adds a lot to a defense that has really been a weakness there in Cincinnati. Look forward to seeing what that looks like this season.
Hell yeah.
Trav, who are the Chiefs taking?
I don't know.
In the draft,
we're going to find out.
You're lying. You know exactly who you're taking. They always tell the players.
Yep. They tell me everything. No, I think I'm just hoping for a guy that loves ball, man. You know, I think one of the things that you just want to have when you get back into the building after a season like last year, man, you just want guys that love what they're fucking doing. And I think it's one of the things that I look for in these young guys when they come in is this: how infectious is your energy? I need that out of these young guys, man. And sometimes, you know, it takes a little bit for a guy to like get comfortable in his shoes and to really like show his personality. But Coach Reed says it best, man. We want you to show that personality. We want you to be yourself and bring the energy to the building, to the everyday grind that we can just go and unleash out on Sundays. And I think, you know, that's one of the biggest things I'm looking forward to in seeing who we're going to go and draft this year is, you know, how much energy and how much fun they're bringing to the squad.
If you're conducting a top 30 visit, what is your number one question to see if a guy's got it?
Just your knowledge of the game.
I don't know if there's one question.
There's no one question. I'm gonna ask you questions about, you know, a lot of things in terms of your knowledge for the game, how you acquire that knowledge, what's that process look like. You know, I think a lot of these young guys, at least what I've seen in college football from the time that I've been there to now, is just that leap into the league. You just don't know that you don't know enough about football. And so the guys that have a good understanding of what the other side of the ball is doing, has a good understanding of how to have success multiple ways through the offense that's in place. I just think you get a head start on that. And you know, I want the guys that are ready to play now, especially if you got 2 first-round picks. I want the guys that are ready to play right fucking now, you know?
This is my thing when the like top 30 visits, like I feel like a lot of the responses are so like pre-planned by guys. It's hard to know when a guy is like being himself, when he's trying to do what an agent tells him. Like, I don't put too much stock into asking questions there. If you want to like put guys through tests on the board, there's certain positions, obviously like quarterback, center, where like it's good to get a gauge of like what their football IQ is. Put question or give them like verbiage the first day. Then when you get with them the following morning, you re-ask verbiage to see how well they retain information. I've heard questions like I know it. One of the questions they used to ask a lot was like, "Are you a dog or a cat person?" And some coaches felt like dog people were more like team centric, whereas cat people were more like isolated as individuals.
So fucking no day.
I think a lot of it is so nonsense.
What was the craziest top 30 visit you went through?
I only did 2. I did 3. I take that back. I did a Kansas City Chiefs one. I did one with the St. Louis Rams, who Coach Spagnuolo was the head coach of at the time. Sat down with him in the office. And then I did a late visit with the Eagles. And that's when I first met Howard Mudd and Eugene Chung, the assistant O-line coach. And I felt like of all the visits, the Eagles visit felt like it went the best. I felt like the whole process, the Chiefs were the most interested. So I thought there was a chance I would go to Kansas City, but for some reason, leaving that building, leaving NovaCare, it felt like Howard Mudd, me, I got to talk to Andy. Like it felt like the whole visit went really well. And it felt like there was a lot of interest there too. So I don't remember like any crazy things. What about you? What's the craziest question you got?
Dude, they put me in, I was coming out in 13. Mike Shanahan was still a head coach in the National Football League.
Yeah.
And he was a head coach at Washington. And that was the legendary, like LaFleur, obviously Kyle Shanahan, McVay.
Sean McVay, yep.
All these.
That's where it all originated at.
Yep.
Well, it really originated in Denver with Mike and Gary Kubiak, but yeah.
Yeah,
Mike
you already know. That was, and so I didn't
Yeah.
even know at that time meeting all those guys in that building was going to turn out to be what it is today. The craziest thing that ever happened, I wasn't even in a room with a football coach. They sent me to like a shrink and I started doing these little table games, like problem solving, like games, like I was like a toddler almost. And it was like, how do you put all the rings onto this, you know, hole without, you know what I mean? It's like little games like that. And they would time it and they would ask you questions afterwards. And it's just like problem solving games. And the shrink in front of me looked like they were just like jotting down like numbers and like scores and all this shit. I'm just sitting here. I'm like, what the fuck does this have to do with football at all? And I guess
I kind of love it though.
But I guess this was kind of one of the things that Shanahan does. Yeah, I was going to say, this is one of the things that Shanahan does that kind of gives him an understanding of how well you can problem solve. And how well
and process
and how quickly you can do it and how quickly you can figure something out on your own without being told what the point of the game is. And I think that was like kind of like a fascinating kind of like shock of like, is this why Mike Shanahan's so good? He's just getting all these guys that are good at these like jigsaw puzzle games.
It's a pretty dang good system as well.
Yeah, I guess it was like one of his ways of like getting a guy in the building and seeing his problem solving skills.
I do like that. And so even at the combine, there's 2 different tests. I don't know if you remember.
I
this,
still to this day want to know how like my score was. They didn't tell me
on the puzzle.
Yeah, they didn't tell me.
Oh, no, that one. Okay.
They didn't tell me how like good my scores were compared to all the other guys that they brought in. I wanted to know so bad how good I did on that fucking like part of.
We got to get Kyle Shanahan. We got to get Kyle Shanahan in here and find out what your score was.
It's documented somewhere.
Come on,
right?
Coach.
Either that or Mike.
They definitely they don't erase. They don't erase any of that stuff.
Mike's got it too.
At the combine, they would give you 2 tests. They would give you the Wonderlic test, which is what everybody knows is like the predominant like level of like measuring like intelligence or IQ
in the NFL world. Yeah.
Yeah. But the other one that I thought was far more applicable to football intelligence was the puzzle test.
You did a great fucking job on the fucking Wonderlic, didn't you?
I was always bad at Wonderlics and SATs. I wasn't bad. I was always average at them because I'm a slow reader. I don't read quickly, and any time tests, I just don't finish the tests. Like the Wonderlic, I only finished like 26 questions, and it's like 50 questions long. So there's no way I'm going to have a good score. But I felt like the puzzle test at the combine is more applicable for football. It was like a book, and you would have to like list what shape was next, and like each time the puzzle would get harder.
The concussion test, yeah.
It's really a pattern test. Puzzle's wrong. That's why I didn't do good on the Wonderlic. But stuff like that, stuff like these little games, I do think is better at generically gauging like how well somebody recognizes patterns, spatial awareness, like an intelligence that's more applicable for the game of football rather than, how well you can answer a full-on sentence in a Wonderlic test. Like, I just don't think that really tells much about. I've seen guys do great on tests like that and have great SAT scores, and they have no idea to tell if a nickel's blitzing. So I don't know, like it just doesn't do that much for me. You know what I mean? It just like doesn't do, not really that into it. I did think at one point we had like a pickleball court in our weight room. We had like a little outline and guys could play like in the off season.
Yeah, of course.
And I used to tell them like, dude, whenever you get a top 30 guy in here, just bring him down here and let's play some pickleball. And I'll tell you if he's like worth the shit. Cause you could tell just by stupid games.
No,
and Nick Sirianni said the same thing with like, I do agree. It doesn't.
He said the same thing about basketball, right?
Well, he said the same thing about rock, paper, scissors, which I think is even more like not true. But like, I do think if somebody's not competitive and they don't care, that's a red flag to me. Cause like, it doesn't matter what game you're putting in front of me. For the most part, I'm going to try and figure out how to win.
What about shadow boxing?
I just don't want to play it. It doesn't interest me to play the game. But if I was doing it, I would be trying to do it. I wouldn't be half-assing it. Like if I'm playing pickleball and somebody comes on to play pickleball and they're like just like clearly uncoordinated or like not giving a decent amount of effort, I'm like, yeah, fuck this dude. You don't want this guy. He's gonna quit quickly.
You're fucking insane. If that's your job interview to be the fucking scout team or scout for the Eagles, man. Hilarious.
I don't think it's a fair assessment.
I don't need to watch any film here. Just bring them on the pickleball.
Well, of course the film matters more. I'm just talking about getting a gauge for their overall competitiveness and desire to win. But
hilarious.
I will say this. And the reason I got this theory was all the guys that I played in pickleball in the offseason that just were not fun to play pickleball against because they sucked with effort also coincidentally sucked as football players.
No correlation there. I'll take your word for it. Well, the Eagles are.
Well, hold on. Speaking of, yeah. So, but you just mentioned something like obviously the tape is the most important thing. When you're watching tape, what are you looking for?
First off, you have to be a competitor. You have to show your love for the game, your competitiveness, how much you want to compete on every single play. That's one of the things I think needs to be like higher than a lot of the other attributes. Is like, does your love for the game show on the field? How much do you have that desire to play this game? Does it translate through the building? Is it infectious to the guys around you? And things like that. And then on top of that, it's defensive understanding. And you can tell by how guys, depending on what route they have, how they stem, how they attack players, how they attack leverage. If it's man-to-man coverage, I want to see how much of an artist are you? Are you creating a route within the concept? And I'm not saying doing your own fucking thing. Like, no, all I'm saying is that, if it's a slant, I'm not just running 3 steps forward and hitting a 45-degree angle.
I know the basic concepts of the slant. How do I take it to another level?
Even if it's zone or if it's match zone or something like that, you got a player often inside. Like, what does that angle look like coming inside? Is my angle at a certain degree to where I can get to the ball faster than that defender can? You know what I mean? Like the angles and how guys are coming out. Some guys just have a natural feel for that. And I think all that you can definitely see on film for sure.
Dude, I'm glad you're bringing up all of that. I think all that's really intriguing and interesting, especially with the draft coming up. There's going to be a lot of new guys realizing their dreams of playing in the NFL for the first time, getting into these OTAs and camps and then training camp coming up in a few months. And I used to get asked a lot by like young guys, like, hey, what's advice? Like, what should I do? What do I need to do in training camp to make the team? Things like that. I'm like, dude, you need to stand out. These coaches are looking at guys every single day, right? They're watching tape. And do you want to be a guy that they're just watching? It's like, okay, right guard did his job, right tackle did his job. Or you want to be a guy where they're like, who is this guy? Where are you separating yourself? Whether it's you can separate yourself in the meeting room by being very cerebral, attentive, asking questions, and being very involved in discussions, right? That's one way to do it. The one way that is guaranteed to separate it, if you play harder than everybody else. And I know that's like it's a moniker.
If you watch my college film, that's what got me the recognition. That's what got me to stand out.
If you finish to the echo of the whistle, if you're the last one to stop every play, every single scout, every single coach, everybody looking at the tape is going to be like, who the fuck is that guy? Right? So I don't know what you want me to say. Yes, there's going to be limitations that everybody has. You're not going to be, maybe you're not the best pass blocker. Maybe you're not the best run blocker. The one thing you have control over is your effort, right? Come into camp in shape and finish.
That's what I'm saying. The first thing I want to see is how much do you love this fucking game? How much do you want? How much do you want to compete on every fucking play? And don't get me wrong. There've been, times in my career where I had to evaluate myself and be like, am I showing this? That play was fucking unacceptable. That play is embarrassing. You know what I mean? And it's moments like that where you're just like, I got to get my shit fucking going. And there are times where I've seen that on the biggest stages and I've been fucking embarrassed.
We were playing, I forget what game, what year it was, but there was like a play. I think Carson was a quarterback and the entire offensive line was just standing. And I just remember like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, why am I just standing? Is it because I'm tired? Is it because I thought the ball was gone? I have no fucking clue. All I know is that that's not acceptable, right? So what do? After practice, you go and run a couple, like you almost like punish yourself, or if you are out of shape, you get yourself in shape. Those are the only options. And then after every single drill, after a game like that, where I felt like, hey, I need to get better effort, I would go in and run 5 to 10 yards after each thing. And it'd be annoying and it'd be stupid sometimes.
And I'm more tired in practice than anybody else, but I'm going to, 100%.
I'm going to train myself and condition myself that this is the standard. This is how you react. Anyways, back to these young guys. You are marketing yourself. Each and every play you are on the field to the coaches, to the scouts. And what Travis is saying is exactly right. Your competitiveness and how hard you go is going to be one of the things that is every coach is going to love.
It's fiending for they're drooling to find a guy like that.
Yeah. Now you got to be able to be good enough too. That's not alone, but you want to make the team. That's a damn good start. And that's something you can control.
All that shit is infectious. When you get guys flying around on defense and everybody's at the fucking ball and everybody's fucking getting excited for the guys that's making the fucking big hit. You watch Seattle's defense last year. Those guys fucking loved each other, man. Those guys, every single fucking tackle was a fucking celebration. Granted, they were making some fucking big hits and making some big tackles and rallying to the fucking football. But the 49ers have done it in years past. When our defense is at the top, I see it. It's infectious, and I see that on the defensive side of the ball. I'm fucking excited as a player that's on that team. I'm gonna fucking match that energy on the offensive side when I get a first down or I get a big catch.
Having great players obviously matters, but I do think that like half of being good on defense is just playing relentless energy and rallying to the ball, right? And coaches preach it, but dude, if you guys are truly doing that, it is so hard to execute offensively. Now, you got bad players, but that's a big component of it. Yeah. And that's one common thing that all great defenses do have.
Yeah. The one thing I always tell guys is, bro, understand the other side of the ball just as good as you understand your side of the ball. Like if I'm playing, like I think one of the coolest things that you specifically, kind of taught me without even telling me was you knew the defense because you played linebacker in that system. You know what I mean? When at Cincinnati, when you moved from linebacker to center, you understood gap assignment. You understood how safety rotation happens. How like if there's a rotation over here, something has to happen on the backside for everybody to be balanced and for a defense to be sound. And it's like when you understand what the other side of the ball is doing to the point where you could literally point out what guys are doing before the snap, it makes you play at a 4. If you're a 4-5 guy, it makes you play at a 4-3. If you're a 4-7 guy, it makes you play at a 4-5. You know what I mean? Because you're more alert and more precise with your movement, and there's no wasted time. And it's like when you find guys that it's working faster up here, you know what I mean? Whether they're a 4-3 guy or a 4-5 guy or a 4-7 guy, like I was, like what? When you find guys that are making it happen faster here, the timing of the offense, the ability to be there before the ball on defense, the natural instincts that you have, and your training instincts, you're training your mind to fucking think fast. You're training your mind to not only think
just
fast,
go,
but
not even think, just go.
But that's the thing, and you're reacting, and in practice and in film study, you're creating these instincts to be able to, when you recognize something, you're immediately doing something to react to that to benefit you. That's one of the biggest things for me when I'm watching film and seeing what guys are doing, or really evaluating myself, is like, how am I using the ability to understand things at a high level to play faster, especially at, you're getting later in your career and the body just doesn't move like it used to.
Dude, I wish I knew what I knew late in my career when I was early. You know what I mean? What's crazy about offensive line, I got better as I got older and more unathletic, which is
it's crazy.
It's not the way it's supposed to work. You're supposed to. I didn't make an all-pro until I was 28 or 29 or whatever it was, right? Like I'd made it all after my prime. But that brings back memory to me. Kobe Bryant came and talked to our team in 2017, the year before that we went to the Super Bowl that year.
Subtle flex. Okay.
And normally I'm not a huge fan of like basketball relations to football. Like I think it's a different sport. And anyways, Doug had Kobe come in and talk to the team. And he said a couple things he said one thing that resonated with most people. And they said, what's your mindset in the game? Somebody asked him. It was something along that lines. He said, I wanted to make the guy across from me quit. I wanted to make the guy across from me not want to play basketball. And I remember everybody being amazed at that statement. And the guy said, what advice would you give to any young player? And Kobe said, be curious. Try and learn as much as you can.
Yeah.
And all of these fucking idiots were talking about how cool it was that he wanted to make the other guy quit. And I'm like, where do I do with that? There's nothing I gain from having that piece of information. How about be curious is such a fucking awesome way to say knowledge is power, man. Learn as much as you can on how you're supposed to operate, on what the guys around you are operating on what the defense is like. Having all of that knowledge is going to help you be such a better player. High-level executives are like, oh, man, he wants to make the guy across from him quit. Cool. What the fuck do I do with that? How did he get to be such a good fucking...
How did he make him quit? You know what I mean? No, he made him quit because he was so fucking good and a step ahead of his guy that it felt like there was nothing the guy in front of him could do to fucking stop him.
It was such a profound disconnect with like, how did you guys hear those two statements? And that was the one that you're like, that's going to really change my game.
But the curious part is like, it's not just like hearing your game plan. It's not just understanding the defense's like scheme. It's like you're being curious on like, oh, well, if they do have the one coverage that might stop this play, how would I still beat it? How can I manipulate them to open up a window? Or how can I beat this defender up to get myself open in time with the quarterback? And it's just like being curious isn't just doing the job. It's finding what those
problem solving.
Exactly. It's problem solving with problems that don't seem like they can be solved at this time.
Right.
But it's having the creativity and the curiosity to go out there and try it at least to get it done.
There's a guy I'm going to give some love. He was a later round pick. Brandon knows him because he's a fucking UT guy and he loves everybody from fucking Texas. Moro Jomo. used to drive the offensive line crazy. On scout team, he would ask questions constantly, like, "Hey man, what do you think about this? What if I did that? Why do you do this on this play? Why do you do that?" That guy has developed so much as a player because he's built up such a knowledge early in his career, and he had a great year last year. I anticipate him continuing to play well, and he is maximizing what he has. And Stout used to say it all the time: knowledge is power. And just like you're saying, we're not just running routes on a paper. We're trying to know, why are we running this route? Why does the quarterback want us there? Why am I going there? All of these things you're trying to have answers to, and trying to like become the best, allow that information to take your game to another level.
Yeah.
So yeah, be curious and play harder than everybody else. That's the note to all the draft picks that are going into camp. Those two things, dominate those two. Well, I guess if you all do it, somebody's going to get cut. But either way, that's how I would approach it.
You'll find a way on another team. It'll show on film.
Coach Mo, my guy.
Dude, that guy would ask so many questions, and so many guys would be like, "Dude, will fucking Morrow just shut the fuck up?"
If you're actually like using the
I love
information, if you just got a dumbass that when you tell him something, he's like,
"Yeah."
Like,
we don't make those kind of players at the University of Texas, so don't let's not start that.
let's just be fair. Jamal Charles didn't ask questions.
He didn't fucking have to. Jamal didn't have to ask questions.
Give Jamal the ball.
Am I getting the ball? Question answered. Thank you.
It's very rare for a running back to be a question asker.
Jamal and I were at school at the same time, and he was generally one of the nicest people. That's my only story of him. I met him a couple times. Generally nicest dude. He was very much mobbed by students, but was always very kind about it and very nice to all of us. So thank you.
He's the greatest, man.
Unlike Kevin Durant, who wouldn't even high-five me one time, you motherfucker.
Don't Shia LaBeouf this.
Dude.
I don't want to hear this Mike Piazza.
Yeah, Kevin Durant will fucking tweet at my ass. Kevin Durant will find me.
I fucks with KD.
No, he's cool. I went for the high five, and he like looked at me and was like,
By the way,
that's fair.
So obviously watching KD our like entire growing up and everything, and
Where are we going with this?
Yeah.
Watching him at UT was fucking unbelievable, right?
It was electric, dude.
It was
Electric.
There was nobody in college that looked like that, could play like that, could compete like that. Goes to the league, Thunder KD, or Seattle KD to Thunder KD. I'm like, man, this guy's just lighting this shit up. And I had given him the respect in my mind, like, this dude is like one of the best players in the fucking league. But it was always like on ESPN, it was always LeBron, it was always Kobe, it was always Steph. Bro, he went to Golden State, and I saw that man live in action. Bro, he is top 5, one of the best players ever to play in the fucking NBA. Seeing a 7-footer run around, crossing everybody up like that, fucking chucking threes, fucking dunking on anybody, bro, seeing the floor like that. I'm like, bro, I thought LeBron was like the only one. Like KD, bro, no, this dude was out here just fucking owning every aspect of the fucking floor. And I was just like, holy shit.
Have you watched, I know we're rambling here, but have you watched Wemby at all this year?
It's not as impressive because KD was so quick.
I agree.
To be that fucking tall.
Wemby's
it's a little
8 hitting fadeaway threes.
Yeah, and that's impressive. Don't get me wrong, but that's you don't. I mean, it's like the modern day Kareem with the hook shot. There's just nothing you can fucking do.
Wemby's got to get some shoes that don't fucking collapse on his ankles. I mean, what are we doing here? I don't know.
What happened?
Every time I watch that guy run and cut, like his shoe looks like it's about to explode. I'm like, dude, we got to get this guy some better footwear. It's not working out.
Get on it.
Do you not notice this with Wemby?
I mean, it's every NBA player. If you take a screenshot of when they're like fucking crossing over or something, it's like their fucking ankle is on the ground, dude. It's insane.
I feel like it stands out, especially with that dude.
It's all this new light material. Never saw Jordan's ankle on the floor.
Who was the most dominant college player?
The most dominant college player? Fuck, man. I mean, I'm a high flying action kind of guy, so I like the dudes that are just fucking dunking on everybody like a Blake Griffin.
Man,
that dude in fucking college. Oh my God.
He's a beast.
I saw him play too.
Yeah.
That was insane.
Dude.
He was so large and he jumped so fucking high.
He looked like RoboCop in a jersey. Just fucking NBA hang time jamming on everybody, dude.
I don't know why, and maybe tell me how off I am because I'm not like the most college basketball knowledgeable human being, but and maybe it's just because it timed up right in my like heart of like sports fandom, basically. But I feel like Carmelo Anthony, when he was at Syracuse, was insane.
Melo was another one, dude. He kind of had that, like, bro, he's like 6'9" in person. Like, what? Like, I'm like fucking looking up at Melo like this when I see him. Like, you were moving on the basketball court like that. What the fuck?
I still remember that year at Syracuse.
The smoothest fucking
just, like,
jumper.
Insane.
Man.
That was beautiful.
Bunch of college basketball truthers will probably shit all over.
You can't shit on those. Both of those guys won championships, yeah.
There's going to be somebody we're forgetting that they're going to shit on us for, and I'm fine with that.
A guy that was electric when we were in college, Trav, and won me in my bracket competition was Kemba Walker at UConn.
Kemba. Shout out to Kemba and UConn. The crossover at the Big East tournament, buzzer beater. Holy shit. Was it? I think it was Big East tournament. It might have been March Madness. They might have saw Pittsburgh again at March Madness.
March Madness was the crossover,
I think
right?
Kimba was the step
I don't
back
know.
was March Madness.
It was the Big East tournament.
Thank you, Jake. I knew.
And it wasn't even the championship of the Big East tournament.
Well, that's why Jake knows. It was at the fucking Garden. That's why he knows.
Well, that's why I knew too. I fucking always wanted to play in the Garden.
Still time.
You're right. I could still manipulate my way in there. What position would I play? What would a 6'5", 255 guy that...
I mean, dude, you gotta just be you gotta be Anderson Varejao at this point. You gotta just be energy off the bench at this point.
All heart. That guy
diving on the floor. You got to be the guy standing out at the end of the tape session.
You're
you
right.
got to be that guy.
Got to stand out. I'm fucking diving at everyone's
throw
ankles.
the elbows up on the
That's
rebounds kind of guy. Get in there.
You got to do all the old man tricks. Like they go up for the fucking jumper and you pull the shorts down. Pull their shorts down.
Could you imagine? Give a guy a wet willy as the shot's going up just so I can get good box out?
Just like making the star player just annoyed the entire time. Just like fucking with his equipment. Stepping on his back of his shoe so the heel comes out. Like doing all the little shit.
Lance Stevenson,
dude.
Lance Stevenson was blowing on LeBron.
Yes. That's what it is, bro.
Yeah.
You got to call up Lance. Get back in the league.
Crazy crossover in mid-range, though.
Yeah, he was.
Okay, other than that, you basically are what I've always thought of you as Lance Stevenson type.
Fuck out of here. All right. Well, for the last bit of NFL news going into the draft, the Eagles still might be trading A.J. Brown to the Patriots.
So, yeah, I mean, listen, not that surprising, right? I think this has been, something that has been rumored all off season. I think a lot of times, too, you can tell by the way teams answer questions. Like, generally, when teams shut down trade talk right away, is like that's a guy that they're trying to keep. In general, they're always listening to offers. Like as a team, you kind of have to be willing to do that.
Any good GM isn't just going to fucking shoot it down. They're going to hear what the fucking offer is.
But at the same time, teams that aren't interested in moving players, they don't say that to the public. Like, yeah, no, we're sticking behind our guy. Like, we're not doing that. It's been pretty apparent to anybody that's been following this.
And both sides want to move on.
Well, I think that there is a
speculation. Allegedly, both sides.
I think that there's a willingness to move on for the right price from the Eagles if teams are willing to match what would be a fair asking price for the level of talent that A.J. Brown is. That's just kind of the way that all the news has been coming out about this. And June 1st happens to be the day where there's a different cap hit to the Eagles if they do move on from A.J. I want to say this. I think that A.J. Brown was not the issue with the offense of the Philadelphia Eagles, and he's a major piece that is a very good player. So at the end of the day, I think it's a net loss losing A.J. Brown. I think it'll be apparent wherever he ends up. He's a great player. He was a disgruntled player with the way he was used and some of these other things, and I get that frustration. I think his teammates get a lot of the frustration as well because you still have not seen a lot of negative comments or any negative comments come out from his teammates in the way A.J. Brown handled last season. Was it frustrating for fans to watch at times? Yes, obviously they voiced that. At the end of the day, A.J. Brown is a good teammate, a great player, and a guy that adds to an offense in a legitimate way. So if it does get to this, it sucks, right? Yeah. But it has been something that has been rumored. I think we'll get some answers too with how the Eagles handled the draft this week, right? If they draft a receiver early, that kind of tells you they plan on doing something. You know, they go out and sign Hollywood Brown. They have Devontae Smith. They have A.J. Brown. You're probably not drafting a receiver that high with all three of those guys in the receiver room. Pretty set. So you draft somebody pretty high, you're probably thinking something's happening June 1st. It'll be interesting to see where the Eagles go in general. Like, you know, obviously offensive line is a position that they've speculated on. Lane Johnson's getting older. I happen to think Lane has a lot of football left if he wants to play. I think, you know, defensive end, edge rusher. Obviously, we just talked about receiver. It'll be interesting to see where the Eagles go, especially early in the draft, who's available and what they value most and kind of upgrading at.
Nice. Well, it's the draft, baby. I'm fucking pumped for it. I know the entire world is pumped for it. I can't wait to see what Brett Veach does. And I know the Eagles are itching at the bit to get Thursday so they can see who they're picking in that first round, man.
No thing. Is there anything else we wanted to touch on in the draft? Got Fernando Mendoza looking like he's going to be 1 overall, maybe. I don't know. Has that already been announced? I don't follow this. As a rule, I get more interested after everybody's been picked. I'm excited. I watch the draft, but I really don't put in a lot of effort
Pre-draft
until like, hey, now who's on the team and like, who are we dealing with? And I think it'd be cool to do some tape breakdowns of some of these guys and where they could be used. We have been doing more tape breakdown. Maybe we do some offensive line.
I'm game.
Guys, we're excited about maybe some tight ends or receivers. You game for that, Trav?
I'm always game to do a little tight end receiver breakdown. Let's go.
Do you think you break down quarterbacks?
Yes, 1,000%.
What's your number one thing you're looking for in a quarterback? Accuracy?
Does he drink beers?
Dude, I will say this. So seriously, I know you're joking around a little bit.
Just a little bit.
But here's the thing. So Marcus Spears, my good friend with ESPN, Swagoo, said, to be like a great quarterback, you got to be the guy. And he said it very apparent at one point, and he definitely needs to be able to throw the ball well as well. What do you think it is about quarterbacks in particular? Like why that means more at it? You know what I mean?
I think it's not necessarily.
And we're saying, just so you know, we're saying having beers. We're joking about having beers, although it is kind of true. It's more about like
the camaraderie that happens, the effort to like hang outside of the
creating relationships.
Exactly.
Yes. Why is that so much more important at that position? Is it because you're in charge of communicating with all these pieces and like choreographing it all together? Like why is it at quarterback that it seems like it's more important than others?
I don't know. I think, and this is where it's not always about the beers. It's about just being a guy that wants to be around your teammates, wants to be around the people in the building outside of the building. And I think getting that chemistry, understanding who the people are, that becomes like one of like how do I want to put this? I guess I've never even thought of it in a way like this. When you spend that time and you make that effort to know somebody that much more, you play a little harder for the guy. You listen to a little bit more of what he's saying. You understand a little bit more what he's saying to another degree. And I think that's just, the camaraderie that comes with sports. When a team's at the end of the season is hosting the Lombardi, that team feels like one. Everybody on that fucking podium holding that fucking Lombardi up feels like they're passing it to a brother, feels like they're passing it to an extended relative. And I think those teams, Seattle Seahawks, you could tell how they played the fucking game that all those guys loved each other. And the teams that I've been on that have been the best, maybe not have had the most talented position on the field at every single position, but we fucking loved each other. We knew how to fucking play together, and we fed off of each other in that regard. And it's those, and we say beers, I'm going to keep saying beers. It doesn't necessarily mean beers, but it's those fucking beers you have outside of the facility that brings everybody a little bit closer. And you need to have, as a team, an opportunity to create those moments.
Like I've gone on teams too where like it's like, oh, we're going to go to like an escape room. And don't get me wrong, I love escape rooms. I don't feel like I'm like getting anywhere near the bond of going to an escape room.
I want to kill myself if you ever fucking put me in an escape room. I'm probably not even going to. I'm like, all right, I'll see you guys in the offense next week.
This is why San Francisco didn't draft you, because you don't like escape rooms, Travis.
Yeah, that was Washington, but yes. Yeah.
Sorry.
This is they went with Jordan Reed instead.
Now they just sent 30 top 30 draft picks to an escape room.
Let's see if they can get out. Life or death situation.
Oh, he's over at the piano. What a fucking idiot.
You're such a dickhead. Last thing before we get to our guest, we've got a very special edition of No Dumb Questions that we've been waiting to show you. This edition of No Dumb Questions is brought to you by Allstate.
Hi, Jason and Travis.
Hi.
I need some advice. My husband is a lifelong Jets fan, and I need advice because I just found out I'm pregnant, and I don't know how to prepare my kid for a lifetime of disappointment.
Love you. Oh, congrats. That's great. J-Cat Jets.
That is awesome.
Yeah, man. So any advice on preparing a kid for a lifetime of Jets fan?
My advice that I give everybody is don't listen to anybody that wants to give you advice.
Awesome.
Yeah, no, every kid's different. You'll figure it out. You're a smart guy.
I hope so.
What, do you know sex yet?
We'll find out in a week. We have to hold this. We can't tell people. But I wanted to tell you guys in person.
This
is awesome, dude. Are you
Congrats.
kidding me? I'm always like 3 days late on like figuring out what the fuck just happened. Dude, my brother, when he told me about his firstborn,
The moment it said my husband is a Jets fan, I knew who it was.
hilarious. I'm over here opening a humidor and there's like 2 boots and I'm like, why the fuck are there like baby socks? And then I look up at Kylie, I'm like, thanks for the humidor, but what the fuck are these? Congrats, dude.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's awesome.
Yeah, so you find out in a week.
Find out in a week what we're having.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Congrats.
Very excited.
Very cool.
Thank you.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Make sure you eat during, I mean, we've already shared
Yes,
this.
yes.
But yeah.
And bring a fan. Yes.
Well, I mean, if you like fans, yes. I don't know what you kind of sleeper you are, but yes.
Yes. I run hot.
There you go. Then bring the fan.
Yeah.
And we're good.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Awesome stuff, man. Let's go! Congrats, Jay. Congrats, Em.
That's right. Congrats. And so what should Emily do? Should the baby be allowed to pick their own team or are they a Jets fan? That's the question we want answered.
Stay strong, Jake. Stay strong, Jake.
I mean, listen, the kid's always going to pick. But as a dad, you can influence that kind of fandom for sure. Yeah. You just buy him some Jets things, right?
Show him,
you just put
what
games
fucking
on.
Joe Namath looked like back in the day. It was...
Put some exciting Jets games on from like 40 years ago. Get some John Klecko tape out. Joe, what is it?
We went to the playoffs in my lifetime. I will be showing our daughter those tapes. And she can pretend like, hopefully by the time she's interested into football, the Jets are good. That's what I'm hoping for.
What's the teacher's name again that
Epi.
introduced you to Jets? Epi?
Yes.
Get teacher Epi down there.
Yes.
She
will help out.
Make it full circle.
Yes. 100%.
Teach another Chatsky generation the Jets way.
Yes. We will be sworn into misery for the rest of our family.
All right, gotta stay positive. Gotta stay positive.
Next year's the year. It's always the year. I'm going to raise a young optimist. I can't wait.
Attaboy.
Perfect.
Attaboy. That's all you could ask for. Good luck to your Jets on draft day.
So bring Jake back in here. So that was a while ago. How is Emily doing?
She's doing well. We're about halfway through. We had the anatomy scan earlier this week, which was crazy, but
Nice.
everything's
Yeah.
great. She's a rock star. I'd bring her in, but she's like actively working still and doing her job, which is much more serious
Nice.
than mine. But she's doing great. I'm doing whatever I can, and she's doing a lot more. So I can't say that I'm like a rock star, but she absolutely is.
Give yourself some credit, bud.
Yeah. You're our rock star.
Yeah, you are.
Thanks.
Appreciate you, dude. Wishing you the best and a healthy next couple months, man.
Thank you guys. Can't wait. I'll keep you posted.
All right. Once again, this edition of No Dumb Question and Jake's firstborn child are brought to you by Allstate. I think throw some free insurance there. That baby girl is going to be in good hands with Allstate.
You can't do an ad read with somebody's child.
I just did.
We just did. I cut a deal on the side, guys. It's done. If our other ad partners are listening, there might be other kids around. We don't know. I'll sell you, baby.
We'll
I was gonna
You don't
say,
know. Make us a deal.
Any baby brands, strollers listening that want to sponsor my
No, don't
show?
let him chill. Don't let him chill. Don't let him do this bullshit. But no, seriously, we'll sell out. Don't worry about it.
Thank you to our partner, Reese's.
Reese's has 2 limited edition cups. The returning Reese's Strawberry PB&J Cup. Ooh. And the new Reese's Marshmallow Cup.
Oh, listen, you guys know we love Reese's, and this one's bringing some nostalgia back. Nothing like having a Reese's PB&J or marshmallow sandwich as a kid.
You open that school lunch and see a Reese's in there, and you know you're your mom's favorite. Like me, not Jason.
No way. I'm definitely the favorite because I was the one who was more well-behaved.
I don't know about that. What I do know is I'll definitely be trying these new Reese's cups.
Get the Reese's Strawberry PB&J Cup and the new Reese's Marshmallow Cup today for a limited time only.
It's a combination of flavors so perfect it might make you start to wonder if it's true that everything happens for a Reese's.
Thank you to our partner, Expedia.
When we travel, we like to keep things simple.
Expedia is an all-in-one travel shop when planning trips, flights, hotels, vacation rentals, cars, and activities. It's all right there.
And that's why it's going to be smart when you're traveling this summer to use Expedia at your convenience.
No doubt. When you're planning big trips, it turns into a lot real fast. Different schedules, different opinions, all of it.
Expedia gives you options. Lock everything in at once or handle it step by step. Flights first, then the house, then the car, or car, then house. Your call.
That's right. And when you bundle on Expedia, you can save up to 30%.
It just makes sense. One place, everything you need, no bouncing between apps.
Expedia, the one place you go to go places.
Members only. Savings vary, and see the site for details.
Thank you to our partner, Lionsgate Michael, the Michael Jackson biopic.
This Friday, something legendary is coming to theaters. Michael, the new biopic about Michael Jackson.
What makes this film so special, you might ask? Well, Jafar Jackson, Michael's own nephew, steps into the lead role.
This isn't a highlight reel. This is the untold story of how a kid with a dream became the king of pop. The struggles, the sacrifice, the genius behind the music that defined generations.
Michael opens Friday, April 24th. This is a big screen experience you don't want to miss.
Woo-hoo! Grab your tickets now and experience it in IMAX and premium formats.
All right, let's get to our convo with Charlize Theron. This convo is brought to you by Reese's. Our guest today is an actress-producer from South Africa.
Woo-hoo!
She's got a Golden Globe, 2 Critics' Choice Awards, and an Academy Award. She was named one of Time Magazine's 100 most influential people. You know her from her roles in The Italian Job, Monster, Mad Max Fury Road, Atomic Blonde, The Old Guard, and Fast and Furious, as well as her new film coming out to Netflix April 24th, Apex. 92%ers, please give a warm welcome to Charlize Theron! Yeah, now that's the flex. That's the flex.
Right there.
Oh, that's good. I was hoping you would give me a big one like that. I hear you give other guests big ones. I was like, I better get a really big fucking one.
We're listing them all.
Never hold back.
We're listing them all. You were showing off those muscles. This movie is unbelievable. It's such a flex in itself. You were doing a lot of the stunts, I heard.
I do a lot of the action. Yeah, I do all of the climbing in it is me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Some of the kayaking is not me. I was not a great kayaker.
Not a kayaker.
They shot with these 2 Olympic gold medalists in New Zealand and did which the kayak stuff is great though, right? I've never seen people do stuff like that with a kayak. These 2 women were just unbelievable. But yeah, I do everything else. Everything else that's in the movie, I do.
That's so impressive.
That's awesome.
Or stupid.
A lot of times those go hand in hand.
I was going to ask you, do you have...
greatness. You need the stupid and the crazy to get to greatness.
There you go. You got to be just a little crazy out here. Do you do it for the thrill, or do you do it for the shot, or do you what's the madness behind wanting to do all the action stuff?
Because I think good action movies work when you're telling the story through the action. It's not like the movie stops and you have an action scene and then the movie picks up again. Yeah. I like action movies where the action is part of the story. You don't understand the story unless you actually see the action. And that kind of physical storytelling, I really love. I was a dancer for the first part of my life. And I was a storyteller that way. And when I started making movies, it was all very verbal and great. But then I really got a chance to do a big movie called Mad Max Fury Road. And I
We're familiar.
I fell in love.
Fantastic as well. Yes.
I fell in love with like using my body again. And so it kind of like made a real effort to develop a couple of projects for myself to do that. So that's how I think of it. I think of it as, well, this part of the story we have to now tell, and it's physical. Like, how the fuck am I going to get up this hill without him shooting at me and hitting me? Like, how am I going to do that?
So fucking cool.
It is physical and it is badass. These are badass female roles in like the fullest extent. And this one in particular, telling the story through the action, you feel like what the character is going through. It's pretty remarkable.
My heart's racing with you.
The last scene, I have like a natural fear of like heights.
Oh,
so
really?
Sometimes I get that. Yes. Especially on the side of like cliffs for sure. Like even just a camera looking out. I'm in my couch. I know that I shouldn't be sweating, but I just start sweating. It's a visceral movie.
You know that last climb, the final like climb up when I get on the top and I'm exhausted and everything. That climb, that last bit coming over, we shot that on an actual, like a real face. And it was, I think more than 60 feet down. And there was you couldn't put mats or anything down. It was a real hang. So they had to drop me on a very, very thick, secure safety rope. Yeah. But that's all they could put me on. They couldn't put me on wires or anything like that because we were just in the bush. And so I had to, this was by far the scariest thing that I did. And everybody thinks it's the cliff dive, but I'm like, no, that was fun, even though it was only 6 feet of water. But every time I did that cliff dive, I was like, I'm getting more sand into my wetsuit. I'm getting closer and closer to that bottom. But that last climb, I had to basically get myself down. So you see this drop. And I don't have like a great fear of heights, but I'm also not like incredibly brave, you know. I'm like, this is probably not very. You have an
appropriate fear, exactly. When you're hanging 60 feet over a cliff.
But you're just a little. You're crazy enough to do it. That's half the fun.
Yeah,
right there.
Exactly. I think we've come this far. I have to finish this now. So I'm dropping myself. I'm trying not to look down. I'm like climbing and kind of scraping my body down just far enough so I'm out of the shot of the camera. And then I have to on action climb that last bit up, which is pretty steep and it's an overhang. And
oh my gosh.
That was one of the physically the hard. And I was towards the end of the movie, I was so tired. And I just remember pulling myself up there the third time. And I just went, this is fucking insane. Like, this is absolutely insane. And in the movie, I kind of have a bit of a giggle, and that he kept it in, but that was literally me on the third take going like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, this is so crazy.
It fit very well. Yeah, absolutely.
Is a lot of this action and like that kind of that fearlessness that you have to find in yourself, was that a part of like wanting to be a part of this role? Or
yeah, I mean, I like this movie a lot because I thought that it wasn't contrived at all. It was very straightforward. You know, you have a girl, she goes into the wild, she meets a guy, he ends up being a serial killer, and the chase is on. And I like something about when I read the script, I love the simplicity of that engine that drove it. And then I liked the idea of within that it could be a two-hander where you can get into more of the psychological warfare or the psychological action. Like, I love movies like Die Hard, where it's simple. Like, you get it. It's like, there's a Christmas party and shit goes wrong, you know?
Yeah.
I love it.
And I love those movies. And I felt the same about this. I was like, wow, I just love that, you know, you got to stay alive. You got to try and get out of this. And hopefully you do. Good luck. Go.
It is a nail biter every step of the way, always on the edge of your seat. It combines like so many movies in my head, like of great parts of them, like Cliffhanger or like Free Solo, Deliverance. Like there's like, who isn't terrified of being in the middle of nowhere with a bunch of people playing like banjos and whatnot? But no banjos in this one.
No banjos in this one. But it's amazing how beautiful places can become this most scary places, right? Places where people go and hike and they have these beautiful, like Sunday mornings can end up, being where somebody dies.
Right.
It's terrifying.
Yes.
I will say this though, Taron Egerton absolutely rocks it with you. He's awesome as well. The first time he did his animal noise, did that fuck you up? Did it like catch you off guard? It caught me off guard every single time he did it.
Yeah.
That was truly frightening. And he came up with that kind of like, I think a week before we started shooting, because he had this, he kept saying things like, I think of him as someone that has like Peter Pan syndrome. And it was such a great way to look at the character, this like little boy who's like trying to like be a man in nature, but he's just fucking sick.
You're doing it, man. You're doing it. You're really doing
exactly.
it.
And like, look at me, I can get water out of a tree. Like, okay, whatever. But I remember we did the first chase and he did one of those bird sounds and it scared the fuck out of me.
Is something really out here chasing me? What the fuck is that?
Yeah. And there's a reaction shot actually when the first time he does it, when he starts the song and he says, you have this song to get away from me. And then he does the bird sound. And that reaction is, I was like, fuck me. Like,
I gotta get the fuck out of here.
I gotta get the fuck out.
Why are you that good at this?
He's so amazing in the movie. I think he brings like a whole new twist to this. I think serial killer movies I love them. I'm obsessed with serial killer movies. I think you also I think because I'm so obsessed with real serial killers, there's so much variety to pick from, right? It's not always the tropey thing where, you're telling the story and this is why, and you're trying to justify or say why he's like likes to cut women's heads off. And we didn't want to do that story. We really wanted to just tell a story that's in the moment. It's happening. And we're not getting into, too much of a history about why he's doing all these horrible things, which I like as well, because then he stays very scary. Mm-hmm. You don't understand him.
I agree. It's scarier when you don't know why he's doing that. Like, I think at one point, Sasha, like your character even tries to like say that I don't want to give away too much of the movie, but you try to like get that out of him or like play on that. And he shuts it down right away. Like, no, I'm just a psychopath. Like, there's nothing deeper here. It's not as deep as you're trying to make it out. Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, but can I hug you? Yeah. I love that moment too, because she's obviously all she has left is how she can psychologically maybe talk herself out of this situation. And I love that he doesn't go down that route. Yeah. And that I have to kind of come up with something else very quick on the fly. I'm so glad you guys love the movie. I really, I haven't, this is my favorite movie I've ever made.
What? You made some bangers. I was like, this is cool to hear.
I know. So in 30 years, I've made a lot of movies and I've loved all of them for different reasons. But there's something about this movie that the way we shot it, where we shot it, just the time in my life, what I needed to go and find something where I could just immerse myself into a world. And this movie was everything that I wanted. And then the end result was everything that I hoped for before we went to go do it. And so it's really nice to hear how much you guys are responding to it too, because I loved making this movie so much.
That's awesome. Fuck it.
Very cool. Yeah. I think it's going to be highly regarded. That comes out on Netflix coming up here. It's, you did a great job. You should be proud of it.
Thank you. That's so nice, you guys.
You were also a producer on Mindhunter, so you really are just all about the serial killers.
Yeah, are we watching Dateline every night, or what's where are we getting our fix for this knowledge?
I mean,
you're
what's
consuming?
wrong with that? I have fallen asleep to Dateline before. Yeah, Mindhunter was a story that I heard about when I did Monster, when I played Eileen Wuornos, who was considered a serial killer.
Yeah, and
I kept hearing about this guy, John Douglas. He was the first behavioral science guy, and he is really the one that came up with profiling, which was a really big thing that he brought to the FBI. And they really fought it for years because they were like, I don't want to hear about this monster's mom. Like, don't tell me. But he had a way of kind of looking at the history of these people, and he could he profiled a lot of prolific serial killers, actually, through just knowing more about them. And so I read one of his books. He has many books, and he's a very, very interesting guy. And he just always stayed with me as such a fascinating guy because he's like always in like a nice suit. You know, he wasn't like, he was like the last guy that you would imagine would go to Rikers and want to sit down with serial killers and know more about them. So he was a great character. But yeah, we did 2 seasons with David Fincher, and it was one of those things that I was very proud of. I absolutely love what we did with it. And it's a serial killer story that really very rarely shows you the serial killer doing the act. It really was more about the academia behind and how serial killers, real serial killers they were part of that academia being found, you know, sitting down with them. That's how they built their knowledge for profiling, which I just thought was fascinating.
That is fascinating.
That's fantastic. Yeah.
You guys don't like serial killers? Well,
we grew up in Ohio.
I will sit down and
a lot
watch.
of them come from Ohio, so I like trying not
Jeffrey
to dabble
Dahmer.
in that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's too close to home.
That's right. So you guys see it in real life. Got it.
It's just an everyday thing. So we tried to stay out of it.
We narrowly escaped it. Narrowly
escaped trying to kill each other. Nice. Well, for the movie, everybody, Netflix, April 24th, Apex. You gotta check it out. Charlize, before we get you out of here, though, we got some dumb questions to ask you. We have a dumb little game that we made up, and your movie resume is absolutely incredible. But we want to know how well you know those movies based off of some of the comments and reviews. We think this is a fun little game. And
comments and reviews.
Yeah.
So we're gonna read a comment, and you are going to try and tell us which movie you think that comment is referencing.
That is really hard.
Hopefully we didn't make it that hard for you. Let's see.
First one is from Miriam. It is, I feel like I just got drop kicked in the cervix for 120 minutes straight. Which of your movies would elicit that comment from Miriam?
It's either
5 stars, by the way. 5 stars.
Atomic Blonde or Tully.
You got it, Atomic Blonde. She knows. Yeah.
All right. The next one is from Patrick Williams, who also gave the movie 5 stars. A few movies in history have ever whipped quite this hard.
Oh my God.
It could be a number of them.
Whipped so hard? That doesn't. There was no whips.
Read.
Wait a second.
I can't read.
Which movie do you think
Did
you
I
were
say that
whipped
right?
in? No, you're right. That's you read it correctly, Travis.
That was a tough
Whipped
word.
hard. Is it Mad Max?
Yeah,
it is Mad Max indeed.
2 for 2.
There it is.
2 for 2.
I think whipped was the key word in that one.
There was a lot of leather in that movie, so that's why
Well, I think they were like whipped around. All right, here we go. From Liam F. 3.5 star review. They were in Italy for 24 minutes.
Oh, the Italian Job.
Yes,
there you
the
go.
Italian Job.
That was an easy one. That's a gimme. All right, one more.
From Adam Bolt, all sex scenes from now on should have Al Pacino in the background cheering for participants.
Oh my God, that's devil's advocate.
Yeah.
That's an all-time comment right there. Yes.
Oh my God, it sounds so wrong. But now don't you want to kind of see it? Yeah, this is the only way I have sex these days. Al Pacino's in the back.
Al, could you come in here, please?
And he's lovely. He submits. He comes. He does it.
He's a good man.
Great feedback.
I heard he's a good man.
All righty. We got to ask, you got to do the opening ceremony at the Winter Olympics this year. How was that experience?
Oh my God. It was amazing. I was asked and I was kind of like, I don't know. I feel like I'm going to stick out like a sore thumb. And it's such a special moment for so many athletes who work so hard. But I really kind of connected to the idea of just kind of spreading a little bit of hope, you know, and I think I felt like it was a good stage to maybe do a little bit of that. I didn't want to go and like feed anybody medicine. Hopefully I didn't, but I'm fortunate enough to come from a beautiful country with this great man who plays a big part in the freedom of South Africa, Nelson Mandela. And you just can't go wrong with a Nelson Mandela quote.
Nice.
So it was very, very, very easy on my part. I just threw a dart and like anyone that it was going to pick was going to be a good quote.
Nice.
But it is interesting that quote was so many years ago and how relevant it is today.
Absolutely.
But it was a great experience. It was just amazing to be that close to something like that. You know, I just have such respect for athletes. I just think that the dedication and the hard work and the discipline that goes into sports is something to really kind of take your hat off to about. Like it's a great thing. It's amazing.
And the Olympics in particular, like once every 4 years, these athletes get the opportunity to go there and represent their country. It really is a special event that takes place on the national, worldwide scale.
And then you see the smallest thing go wrong, and you're just
I know.
It's because the stakes are so high, right? If it wasn't the 4-year thing, it would be fine, right?
Yeah.
When those skiers come down and they just, oh my God, Lindsey Vonn. I was like,
yeah, we all were
so
hurting for her.
painful.
Yeah, she's a warrior though to go back out there and at least give it one other
There's no
try.
question.
She's a maniac. When I trained for Atomic Blonde, I trained with the same trainer as her at the same gym. And I got to know her a little bit during that period. And she is like, I'd show up so fucking exhausted. I'm like, who the fuck do I think I am that I'm going to come into this gym and like become a martial arts expert and get strong enough? And then she'd come in and I was just like, that's my inspiration. Just look at that, and do that. Just do that. Put your head down, do that. But she's so lovely.
Do you have a favorite event in the Olympics or anything that amazes you the most?
I like the ski. That skiing is pretty amazing, but I watched a lot of the figure skating because I have a teenager, a 14-year-old and an 11-year-old. So we watched a lot of figure skating. They were very much into that.
That's awesome.
Which again, the same thing. It's like that one throw, that one missed land. And you're just like, and I was trying to explain it to my daughters. Because every time it happened, I was like, and they're like, Mom, it's okay. She's fine. I was like, no, she's not.
No.
She can't do this for another 4 years. I'm like, she's going to be fine. She's young, Mom. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Well, and they make a mistake and they just have to finish their routine. Like in their head, they know it's over. Yeah. All this training was done, but they're still going to skate around for another minute and do the rest of it. Like it's very admirable in that regard.
I don't know. It's like when you know you're probably going to lose, right, Travis? But you keep fucking playing. You got to keep playing. That's
you got to just love it.
I real admiration for that with the smile on the face, and they're giving the performance, but they know what it is.
Yeah.
Yes, and we at least when we're out there, we have 10 other guys on the field with us going through it together. Like they're just like one person out there at a time, and it's like
all
that
eyes
is
on them.
Another level of bravery.
You guys have had that feeling, right? You've had that feeling where you're
for sure. I lost a Super Bowl to my brother, and it was the worst pain on the planet.
I wasn't going to bring it up.
Yeah, no.
It was a beautiful moment, Jason. We were both on top of the mountain together.
Yeah, it was great.
He was hanging off the cliff, though.
That's right. That's right. I would have. That's a time where I wouldn't have been afraid of the cliff because I would have jumped straight off of it. Yeah. That's right. You did just mention your 2 daughters. I have 4 under 6 right now. 4 daughters.
How are you talking? How are you putting a
It's difficult. I don't know if you heard a second ago. There was just something happening upstairs. I don't really know what. I'm going to hear about it. But
that's so impressive.
Is there any advice? What do I have to look forward to? What should I do? Listen, it was just Travis and I growing up.
Yeah, it was just us two.
Yeah. Well, I was an only kid, so the whole sibling thing to me, when they fight, I actually got worried. Like I was like, am I not doing the right thing? Like they're going to kill each other because they're both very, very strong. Like, like they're not wallflowers and they're stubborn and they're just firecrackers. So when they love very hard. But when they fight, I'm like, oh my God, like, am I going to go to jail? Like they won't stop. They get physical. And so I have to like call my friends up who my friend was like, are you kidding me? I had 2 sisters. I almost killed my sister. It's fine. Like this is nature does this beautiful thing where you think you're in your worst place right now so that you can cope with what you have. But from where I am, I can tell you that you're in a lovely place and they're still lovely and sweet. And then one day you're going to walk into their room around 11 and they're going to just be like, why did you turn the lights on?
Yeah.
What happened?
What is going on?
Like yesterday morning, you wanted me to cuddle with you. And now you're yelling at me for turning the lights on. Yeah. They just turn into hormonal nightmares. Like I'm getting my ass handed to me from the moment that I walk into the house, from the moment that you're singing. And all these things are going to serve them so well in life, but I might not make it. They're going to be fine. Yeah. I am the one holding them back.
Yeah. I that is what I'm worried about. I am terrified about that 11 through high school age range. I know it's going to be rough and they're all going to be so tightly compact. Yeah. Wyatt just kicked me the other day. My oldest daughter, like full on, I was doing a ghost sound to scare her on purpose, and she full on kicked me. And I'm like, listen, we do not hit each other. But in my head, I'm like, kind of love this.
He had the right reaction. You want your daughter to kick when somebody does that.
That's right. She's got to survive. She got to survive Apex. If there's a serial killer after her one day, she's got to make it.
Mark my words.
Yeah.
When you have the third one hit 11, I promise you're going to have days where you just get in your car and drive around the block for like an hour.
Yeah.
You're out of the house. It's what I call like a timeout. Like I have to literally just leave the house right now.
Put yourself in timeout. Nice.
I'm going to go to the store. Anybody need anything? I'm just going to go make a quick trip.
All right. You got one rule, Jason. Don't turn the lights on, man. All right. We had Keanu Reeves on the show earlier this year. Another one of our favorites. And is it true you named your dog after Johnny Utah?
Yeah, I did. Because I adopted him in Utah. I was shooting a movie in Miami Valley.
Nice.
And Stray Dog, ended up in my trailer. And so he was from Utah and I wanted to do a little throwback and I love Keanu. He's a good friend. And I was like, yeah, how about that?
That's awesome.
So he always went by both those names. How cool is that?
It's the best.
Have you done other movie names or like character names for pets?
No, I have not. My daughters now name all the animals that we have. So it's a lot of like Billy, Bobby, Bibby, Baba, Bubba,
Yeah.
Nicknames.
Yep.
Nothing but nicknames.
Yeah, it's just like tiny little cute names. I'm like, can we get like a tough name in here? Like we have a farm and we got some working dogs and I was like, I get to name one. I want to name just one dog. And
what would you name a dog? If you could
I did name her after a movie. Oh my God, I'm so tired.
What do you got?
I just named Ripley after
Ripley
Weaver. Yeah, Sigourney Weaver's character in Aliens.
Very cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a badass female character. Right there.
We needed a badass name in there because it was a lot of like Billy, Bobby, Bobby.
We have a Patty, and then they're trying to call the new one Freddie, and I'm trying to go with something strong German. It's a German Shepherd. I'm thinking Gunda, like Gundel, or like. It's got to be like a picture, like in a big beer hall with Steins walking through the.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
They
insane. Like to put the E on the end on all of them, like to make it cute.
Nice
so what you do is they named one of the dogs Teddy, and now I just call him Ted, and it's really cool. I'm like, Ted, let's go, Ted. Like I just don't go, and he loves Ted. I can tell he likes it way more. Thank God for you. I'm not a Teddy. Thank you.
In 2014, you said climbing Mount Kilimanjaro was on your bucket list. Jason has actually climbed Mount Kilimanjaro. Have you done it? Is it still on the bucket list?
Yeah, no, I haven't done it because I have two teenagers.
This is pre-kids. Yeah.
Wait, what? Tell me the experience. Was it something that you wanted to do, or was just by chance you were?
So a good friend of mine that also played in the NFL, Chris Long, has a foundation called Water Boys, and they install wells in Africa and like places that they need clean drinking water and whatnot. And one of the things they do to raise money and awareness around the trip every year, they kind of took a hiatus, but they did it again this year, is he takes a bunch of veterans and NFL players over to Kilimanjaro, Tanzania, and they hike on Kilimanjaro. So he had done it for a number of years. He had climbed it, I think, at that point 4 times. Wow. Like he's just a complete badass about it. And we were talking about it. A couple buddies did it the year before. I was like, you know what? I'll go do it, thinking naively that it wasn't going to be that hard. And then just like got humbled so bad. I mean, just like, and this is like the most white collar like mountain climb you can do, right? Like we have tons of support and like locals that are helping us up this mountain with like giving us water and food, and tents are being set up. Like it's a very, if it's possible at all to get my fat ass up this mountain, this was the way to do it.
Yeah.
Still on the last day, the summit day, you get up really early because the goal is to be at the summit for sunrise, right? So you get up at like 12 a.m. and you just start hiking. You know, you got a 6.5, 7 hour
and complete darkness, day. Like just with a little
complete darkness. You have the headlamp, headlight in front of you.
This is crazy.
And the route that we went that time was very steep. So you can't even go straight up. You have to do skip backs, right? You're like going sideways essentially so that you can go up this rock face.
Yeah.
We finally get there, and then we have another 2-hour walk around. But what I didn't know is once you get above, I think it's like the 18,000 foot or 17,000 foot threshold, you get to a certain point on Kilimanjaro where you're no longer able to replace the oxygen, right? Like it's a slower, it's not as severe as
Everest.
the other, the other, I forget the name of them, but the other big summits.
Yeah.
But you're up there, and as a bigger guy, you're using more oxygen. So I was doing great, wasn't really having an issue. And then right when I got to the summit, it hit me like a ton of bricks. I didn't get
did he like hit you? How? Like you were just
like so fatigued, like a level and a little bit dizzy. And they tell you like the moment you get there, you just want to get down as fast as possible. Wow. So I am literally like jumping down the side of this mountain. Like I am bounding and like skiing down on my shoes just to get down as fast as possible. My one buddy Bo is just seated in the gravel and he's just sulking because he's so tired. I'm like, dude, where are you guys? Like, my Sherpa left
me. Did you enjoy the summit at all?
It was incredible. I mean, you are very tired, but at that point, you've put in 4 days climbing up it. At least on this trip we do. There are people that climb it much faster, but it's such a highlight of a moment. And then on top of that, like Haloti Ngata, one of our teammates, was retiring at the summit. There's all these wounded warriors. Like it's a guy that only had one leg that climbed it with us, right? Like it's a really powerful trip.
Holy smokes.
And you still bitched about
Exactly. That's the thing. He did it so much easier than I did. And I was like,
you've changed, Jason.
And then
you've changed.
The worst part too is then you still have to go back down. Like we get down from there, we get down to that base camp, and then you have to go down another however many thousand feet from there. And my back just started tightening up, and it was a grind of a session that I was not prepared for.
You're not selling it.
You're not selling it at all.
I will say this, knowing you and what I've seen you do in these movies, I think you would absolutely crush it. And I told everybody I would not do it ever again, but there is something where when you go through something that taxing and that intense, I would go with my daughters because I think it's a transformative experience if you've never done anything like that. And Kilimanjaro is for sure, like there's nothing more like symbolic than like overcoming struggles and like adversity than like climbing a mountain, getting to the top, right? That is a very symbolic thing. And it feels like Kilimanjaro is like the most approachable of all the major summits for novice climbers. So if you're thinking about it, I highly recommend it. It's awesome. I feel like I just used up all of our time to talk to you, telling the story. So I am going to stop talking now.
My next trip. So yeah.
Yeah. You'll enjoy it and also hate it.
Which is how you love. You have to hate it a little.
There you go.
I understand the whole, like, wanting to do something with your daughters. I'm always looking for something like that I can go and do, because otherwise I'll just end up living in a Sephora for the rest of my life. I'm like, I must get out of Sephora. And I just took my oldest girl is very, like, she's a scaredy cat. Like, she's very pensive, which I love, because I'm like, you're going to be safe. I'm not going to worry about you when you leave home. And then the little one's a daredevil, like just completely crazy. But I spent spring break with them, and I was trying to find something like what you were talking about that we could do together that would be like, like we'd get to the end of it, accomplishment. We did that.
Yeah.
And so we went to Hawaii, and I found this zip lining company. And so I was like, I didn't tell them because I knew they would just say no. So when we landed, I said, we're going to play a game. Everybody's going to say one thing, and we all have to do that one thing. And so mine was zip lining.
Nice.
The fear that it was pouring rain. It could not have been more miserable.
That could get a little dicey.
We ended up so high. It was like 8 zip lines to get down. Scary, like really scary. And you're tied to a rope. You can't go backwards. You can't go forwards. I was like, this is going to go so wrong. And my oldest daughter didn't want to wear the raincoat because it didn't look cute. So she's in her
of course,
like dripping water. And I'm like, you should have put the raincoat on. Mm-hmm. But we got to the end of it, and it was really, you can't describe it. Like it's so much work as a parent to do these things. But at the end, you're just like, wow, we got in the van and everybody was laughing about it. And
nice.
The hard work that it is to get you guys up here, and look at you now. You've got a wet sweatshirt on and you're still happy.
Yeah.
There we go.
It's weird. It's like even in football, like the misery that you go through with your teammates are what you talk about the most.
Yeah.
Like you talk about camp being 100 degrees and you're all out there sweating and hating life, but it somehow brings you closer together. It's weird.
Yeah, exactly.
We got one last question for you.
We will stop taking up your time.
Yes, but we have to know, we ask all of our guests, what was their welcome to their profession moment? So what was your welcome to Hollywood moment?
It sounds like a written moment in like a very cheesy Lifetime original movie, but I landed in at LAX and I knew nothing about Los Angeles. As a matter of fact, I thought I was getting a one-way ticket to Hollywood. And when the ticket came, I was like, it said Los Angeles. I was like, God damn it. So
it's appropriate. That's an appropriate response.
South Africa, okay? And I grew up on a farm. I did not know any of this stuff. So I drove in a taxi from LAX, and I just remember he took me to this hotel called the Farmer's Daughter, which now is a really nice little hotel, very boutique-y, but back when I stayed there, it was rented by the hour. I was like, I can afford this. And when he must have taken me a scenic route because it's not the natural route to get to this place. But I just remember on one of the roads, I actually saw part of the Hollywood sign.
Nice.
And I just went, it was like, oh.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to make it.
You're doing it. Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
That's so awesome.
And I called my mom that night and I was like, I saw the Hollywood sign. I was very proud of myself. It was a moment where I definitely felt like, oh, now I'm in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
That's
just
awesome.
hit all right there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I can attest, like it's hard to find that. I hear you saying he took you the scenic route. It's hard to actually find the sign if you don't know where it is or exactly what view you can get to see it. It's but seeing it is magical. And for you to be going to LA for the first time and seeing that in the start of the career had to be epic.
It might have been the route of a serial killer now that I'm like, yeah, it was a very.
Oh, I'm just taking you to the scenic route. Don't ask questions.
but then, interestingly enough, somewhere on the trip, he must have decided against it because he didn't kill me. So I wonder what I did in the car that made him go, oh, not this one. I'm going to take her back to the hotel. So thank you, man, who drove me serial killer for not killing me.
Well, we thank you. Congrats on another amazing movie. Can't wait to see how everyone just raves over this one. And best of luck to you in the future on all the other movies that you have coming. Thank you so much for the stories and your time, and wishing you the best.
Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you. And I'm so happy you loved the movie. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely.
It was
all
epic.
right. Bye.
I will say, sorry, you shouted out the best book. You shouted out the Mindhunter book.
Oh, you love that book?
I have it right here. I have it right here. You said that, I was like, that's on the fucking shelf. I know where that is.
Oh my God. I thought you just like Googled, searched it, and like slipped a
Hell
note
no.
or something.
We got dog ears in this bad boy.
Brandon's our resident serial killer.
That's
Actually.
right, yeah.
He's just.
Listen, you want to go see? You want the LA tour? I'll take you on the LA tour. You want to go see the Silver Lake Murder House? I'll take you. Don't tempt me with a good time.
I feel like I need to do a whole other podcast with you.
Come on back.
Yes.
Come on back anytime. It'll be 4 hours long, and it'll be just me talking about like Zodiac, and it'll be upsetting for everybody.
That's so amazing. You're definitely my favorite out of the three now.
Let's fucking go! Brandon swoops in.
Low bar.
Shut up. I came in right at the end. All right.
All right, that's it for our conversation with Charlize Theron.
She's so badass.
Once again,
man. Golly.
She really is. So many badass films, too. Well, once again, that convo was brought to you by Reese's. And that wraps up another episode of New Heights, brought to you by Liquid IV. Thank you to Charlize Theron. Check out Apex on Netflix April 24th. Make sure you subscribe to the New Heights channel on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts.
That's right. Once again, New Heights is a Wondery show. Follow the show on all social media at New Heights. Show with one S for fun clips throughout the week. We're going to have a bunch after that Charlize Theron interview, man. She's a badass. You guys are badasses. Thanks to the New Heights production team for being a motherfucking badass. And thanks to the 92%ers. We'll see you guys next week. Good luck in draft day.
I literally thought you were making muscles.
No, don't mind me. Here's my muscles and my pit stains.
This is how two football players podcast. They flex at you for 10 minutes and then
thought you were kissing. Yeah, oh my God. Okay. All right.
We show our pit stains.
Welcome
and
to the show.